Tomorrow, Gen Zs will be holding nationwide protests demanding for William Ruto to go. And already, those planned protests are causing serious panic and tension in William Ruto's camp. We are getting some information that some border operators were spotted at UDA party headquarters being given money so that they can mobilize goons to disrupt tomorrow's Gen Z's protests. I want us to dig deep into this, but let me first say this. We've seen that Gen Zs are not goons. They have been holding very peaceful protests, and even yesterday, we saw Gen Zs storming town, Nairobi CBD, where they held very peaceful processions across the streets. No shop was looted, nobody was injured. And we still remember last Sunday, Gen Zs had some peaceful concerts at Uhuru Park, where they turned out in their thousands, after which they proceeded to Nairobi CBD. Again, nobody was attacked, no businesses were looted. Those are Gen Zs, always holding very peaceful protests and processions across the streets. We know the government is not happy with those peaceful protests, and the government has been trying very desperately to paint a picture that Gen Zs are goons. This evening we are getting information that already UDA party is planning to unleash goons tomorrow to disrupt Gen Z's protests. Let's have a look at a story as captured by Francis Gaido. Hundreds of boda spotted around UDA headquarters along Gong Road collecting money to transport goons to disrupt tomorrow demos by looting and vandalizing assets. And then Gaido has shared out that video. That's today. So the question is, what are all those border operators doing at UDA party headquarters? Why just a few hours to Gen Z's nationwide protests? We are not visitors in Kenya. Those are border operators being mobilized to disrupt tomorrow's Gen Z protests. That should be made very clear, and William Ruto and his government should and must know that an idea whose time is ripe, not even the strongest of armies can stop that idea. Kenyans from north to south, east to west, are all saying William Ruto must go. And that quest cannot be stopped by the police, not the army, and not even goons. It's high time for William Ruto to know that he cannot force himself onto the people. The people have spoken very clearly. Ruto must go. Let's put all that into perspective. William Ruto is unleashing goons on innocent Kenyans to paint a bad image of Gen Zs, in that William Ruto is trying to set Kenyans against Kenyans, Gen Zs against other Kenyans owning businesses. So this is just a form of divide and rule. Ruto wants to create that division among Kenyans so that Kenyans can start fighting themselves. shop owners and business owners can now arm themselves to fight Gen Zs. So this is just a divide and rule kind of a tactic where Ruto wants to divide Kenyans. That's the first reason why they are setting goons on innocent, peaceful protesters. The second reason, William Ruto and his team have realized that the police cannot continue killing Kenyans. It's no longer tenable. And even the police itself, I don't think they are still willing to continue killing Kenyans. So the only way William Ruto and his team think they can contain these protesters is to unleash goons on them. One thing William Ruto should know, goons cannot stop a people who are angry. You can't silence a hungry man or a hungry person. It's that hunger that will make the person scream. You can't silence a hungry person. So as they unleash goons on these innocent protesters, they must know that after all will have been said and done, the goons will be defeated. Because all through they have always been defeated. And even tomorrow, should they try to disrupt those protests, they will be defeated and some will be beaten thoroughly. That's what William Ruto and his team should know. And to any other goon being used by this government to interfere or to disrupt peaceful protests, you should know you are putting your life in danger. There is no way just a bunch of goons can defeat thousands of people. You will be overpowered and most definitely you will get injured. So don't allow yourself to be used by the government to interfere with peaceful demonstrations and protests. And again, if you look at it from another angle, the true characters in Kenya Kwanza government are now coming out very clearly. Look on the characters of some of these individuals. Their integrities have all along been questioned. And with what is happening in the country, you can see clearly that Kenya Kwanza is not fit holding a public office. One thing Kenya should know, last year during opposition protests, the face of police brutality was none other than Rigathi Gachagua. And we saw Rigathi Gachagua and William Ruto, it's as if they have ironed out their differences. They are now together. And yesterday, Rigathi warned some Mount Kenya individuals against attacking William Ruto. I'm seeing some connections between those goons being planned and Rigathi's bromance with Ruto. I don't trust Rigathi Gachagua. All along he has been the face of impunity in Kenya Kwanza government. So as Kenyans are demanding for William Ruto to go, they should equally demand of Rigathi to go. These two individuals are a big letdown to Kenyans and to the whole world. As I conclude, Kenya Kwanza is also organizing those goons because already they know they have not delivered. So they don't want Kenyans to exercise their democratically given rights to protest. They know the protesters are right. What the protesters are saying are true. So Kenya Kwanza is just trying to silence them. That's also what I'm saying here, ladies and gentlemen. Let me stop it there. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Any person watching us outside Kenya for the first time, drop a comment, let us know from which part of the globe you are watching us from. If possible, Subscribe, give the video a like. Let's meet in our next analysis. Thank you.